Alright, so we should have, I think today we should have 6, 8. I think it's 18 drivers today. And we're just having a few issues with people joining today, so that's a great start. And we're not even in the race yet. 2 seconds, I'm going to have to try and invite Jerome. Because his internet's just, honestly. So we're just waiting for Jerome, and who else is missing? So both Mercs are in. Let's get him invited. Hopefully he can join. Obviously this is round 5 of the championship here in F1. I haven't been fully paying attention to this season because I've been busy with all sorts. As you've seen, you've had Cameron being do the commentary. Obviously he's doing a good job apparently being here as well, so I'm happy with that. Because we're just waiting for everyone, just making sure this is everyone. Yep, so 19. That should be it. So obviously we're just waiting for AXA to do the word. And then we can get going here for the Bahrain Gp for round 5. And while I wait for this, I'm going to get the standards up. So I can actually understand this. Stand-ins. Okay, so obviously, yep, there we go. So we're getting ready now to start racing here at Bahrain. Obviously, it'll be a dry race because it's Bahrain. We're not ever going to see rain. We've got connectivity problems. Alright, let's start the championship. So Black Box still leads the championship with 81 points, 18 points ahead of Guil. And then we have Visa in P3, who won, obviously Miami, 52 points. As it's the first time in quite a while we've had 4 different. As we've had the first time ever, there's been 4 different winners in 4 different rounds. We've had obviously Black Box taking victory at Silverstone, and then Drill in Miami, and then Will in Austria, and then AXA Australia last week. So let's just see how this race goes. As we've got Nesk from F2 joining up to help the reserve, and who was the other one who was bumped up to help? I think it was Mike. Yes, he's bumped up to help out with the reserves as well today. So the championship battle is still going on. The fact that Josh is P4 ahead of AXA, who won last race, shows how been consistent he's been. So dry. I really thought that was rain for a second. But dry race, obviously, and let's see how the tyre strategy is going to play out today, because that's going to be the key factor here. Like, who is going to manage the best strategy and manage their tyres best? Because obviously last season we had that absolutely fantastic battle. That's another 2 seasons ago. Sorry, between Guil and Drake, obviously, and then unfortunately Drake went for a move last second. Unfortunately, didn't play out for him, so he finished P3. Obviously, that low key to finish P2. I'm just gonna get my just make sure my sound's alright before we start completely. Yeah, that should be alright. Alright, so first car on the track is Axel, the Frenchman, who last week's winner. So let's see his first run and see what he'll be doing. There's a lot of cars that are heading up for their first runs already. Obviously, Bahrain is one of those very interesting tracks to race at because you have very good racing here. With the 2 DRS straights in the first sector, it's a really key track. Actually, I'm just going to turn my settings down just a little bit. Just because it's a bit louder than how I thought. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Drake missed the podium completely because of that penalty. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Watinho. You haven't been annoying for once. But obviously Bahrain has 3 DRS stretches, and they are all very good overtaking bits. The axis on the last one for the lap, obviously before the front straight one. And let's see, he's got a nice run, it seems. He's got a clear track ahead of him. No one's going out the pits ahead of him. So Axel will have a clean lap here. We'll stick on board with the Frenchman. We'll have to see how this plays out. Obviously, I'm still getting used to all this bloody stuff basically right now. Because this thing in the corner is really aggravating to have sometimes. Alright, let's get the tyres up and then... Yep, there we go. So, obviously, Axel is just about to start his lap now. Obviously, no one ahead of him. So the car come out of the pits, which I think is... I don't know, it was one of the Williams I saw, but obviously Axel tight into turn 2 there. Into 4th here. A lot of cars go either 3rd or 4th there. He's on the high gears. Second DRS now. Keeps very wide, like just nearly clipping the brake board. Comes round the corner here. And has sector 1, as he'll start it off with a 28.4. Is the first lap to beat there in the sector. Keeping it clean there, because the bumps can take the car off there. Comes round here, and as he heads to the 3rd DRS part of this lap now. Keeping it curving, you don't want to overcurve the car here because the car can get stuck by how low they are this year. As we head down, obviously Axel's doing it's a very clean lap by Axel so far, like no lockups or anything so far that I've mentioned, and he's been getting some very good apexes in the corners, keeping his speed up. I think the car behind him, I feel like might be Josh, but we'll have to wait and see as I'm sticking the ball on Axel. Axel's just got the final few corners here, and he keeps it valid just there, sitting on the curb. And now, starting down the last corner now, his teammates ahead of him, he's just about to start a lap, but Axel the Frenchman comes around the final corner will be setting the benchmark lap now to beat here, and he comes across the line, and it's a 28 flat for him. Let's jump aboard. Is it Josh? No, it's Jerome. And Jerome goes at P2 with a 28.4, 4 times slower than Axel's current time. Let's see, is that black box coming to the line? No, it's not. Black box just started. That's Strange. Cardimus Nesk goes P3. And here comes Strange to the line. P3, 28.8 for him. Next star is an Alfa Romeo, and I think that is Sniper Arctic goes P3, 28.7. Next is video. 29 flat for them, and their next car is Hassan. In the next Haas, it goes P6 with 29.4. And then Sarakaya 29.3 P6. The all laps coming in low key P3 now, 28.6. Now Josh pumps him back down there. As this is when all the laps are going to start tumbling in there. And who's just jumped up? Javier has gone P2 though in the Alpha Tauri. 10's P7 now. So the laps are starting to come in now, thick and fast. Next car I think is finishing the line is going to be Jet in the other Alpha Tauri. Can he get anywhere near his teammate's pace for today's race? Because obviously Tobias is a reserve, who's currently in that P2 slot, and he goes P5. Next car is Outbox, he's going to throw Ghoul spins out! Ghoul spins out on his lap there, and so that he's going to have to let the cars by him, and thankfully he's got no damage it looks like from that spin. But I wonder what happened there. Obviously, maybe his accelerator hit the curb a bit. But that's unfortunate. That's not the other one, because there's Mike in the final corner spun out. So, are we going to... Is this going to be an omis to what the race is going to be like? Because that's already in qualifying. And Mike's actually going for his lap, though. He's going to be really hindered. Next, guys. Anyone else doing back-to-back laps is the big question here. Doesn't look like it. So it looks like everyone's heading to the pits now for their first run. I think the only car is obviously... Oh, actually, Black Box but he invalidated itself. As I've just noticed, he absolutely matched Axel in Sector 1 there with the time that popped up. But Black Box isn't backing off. It's like either he doesn't know, or he's just trying to get see what his pace is like here. So obviously, Black Box is currently still the championship leader. As obviously in the McLaren driver this season, obviously it was his first time in Ero this season, if anyone doesn't know. And he's doing a really good impact on his first driver as he comes now. Is he going to pit or is he going to take the lap? Because I feel like he has to pit because obviously, yeah, there we go, he's realised. Alright, so the only car we've got on a lap now is Mike, obviously, but he had that moment in the last corner which was hindering his straight line speed for the start-finish straight. The question is see how his lap's going to be here as he comes down the final corner now. He's going to probably lost a few tenths already because of how much speed he would have lost. Comes the line now and P14. And now the only car that's gone straight out is Guil because Guil needs to set a time still. Pangriov has noticed has done back-to-back laps. It's P11 in the Williams today. So it's going to be the question is how this qualifying is going to end up. Axel currently holds the pole by 4 tenths over Tobias. It's a great lap by the reserve driver. And then Jerome's P3, Josh is P4, Jacob's P5, and then Loki P6, Sniper P7, Kale P8, Strange or Leo in P9. Oh, sorry, see, I've got to look at this up quickly. Oh. Alright, so let's just see how Google's lap's going to be, because he's the only car who hasn't set a competitive time, along with Black Box, obviously. I completely forgot about him. Black Box, Luno, Liam, and Google all haven't set times yet. And obviously, Google has a bit of a problem here, because I think that is Pangrio ahead of him, who's going to the pits. So hopefully, Google can back off or get a gap that'll be before this lap. As he's backed off there, so he thinks that car's going for it. Now, Google is going to have a nice clean track ahead of him, so this could be a great lap by him if he can keep it off the wall today and not spin out. He starts his lap here now. He's got a 28.4 to match Axel to get anywhere near. Yellow flags, that is a Red Bull, but I think it must have just gone wide. They've cleared up instantly. Cars are starting to back off into the final corner, trying to get a lap in. One of them is Axel, I can see. Actually, Axel's just about to finish his lap there, so I completely missed him. Axel's going across the line, and he improves by a little bit, but not a huge amount. We'll jump full back on Google, and Google now has a 28.4, but he has a bit of a moment there on the curb, and then he has to back off a little bit, so that might hinder him a bit now for his lap time. He's now come around to the third DRS section here at Bahrain. Brake and don't hit too much curbing and just misses the curbing there. Now this is the a bit squirmy on the exit there, Google. So his setup is not playing nice for this Mercedes, it looks like. As he comes around this corner, this time it looks like he's going to hold it, not spin out this time, but he may have lost more time because that little moment he has. Car's coming across the line. Next car is currently, I don't know who that was because obviously the thing is sometimes so broken with me. But Google is obviously on a lap, trying to finish it here. Comes round to the final corner now. How much time has he lost because of those little two moments he had? As he comes out, there's a Ferrari off. Is that Liam, I wonder? As Google goes across the line, P2! 4 times slower than his teammate still. And I feel like, no, that was Kale, actually, who was off track. So the next car coming across the line now is going to be Sniper Arctic in the Alfa Romeo. Comes to the line now and improves to P7. Next car is going to be Axel. Axel improved his time and he goes into the 27s. Axel is flying today at Bahrain. Next car I think is Loki Chi. No, not Loki. Sorry, something just popped up on my screen so I can see. That's going to be a bit annoying. All right, lots of cars are coming off the line now. Both Hassan goes first and Ian. doesn't improve to P14. Alderaan goes P9 now. Next one is that Josh, and Black Box. Josh is pitted. And Black Box goes P2. He's now between the Mercs now. Liam's coming across Brian next. What's his benchmark going to be? A 14th of a 29-1. And I think the next one is Tobiah. No, it's Jet. As Loki pulls a brilliant lap to go P2. As the laps are coming down quick and fast here. But AXA is obviously still acres away in P1 with nearly 4 attempts still. The Frenchman looks like is he going to try to go for back-to-back victories this season and stop the curse of a new driver winning every week? We'll have to wait and see. As Gula heads to the pit now, he's just run out of fuel in the final corner. No, but obviously leave your comments in the description. Who do you think is going to take pole here? Because I feel like it's not over yet. And I feel like some of these drivers, like Black Box, could find pace still. But I'll have to wait and see how this plays out, obviously, because Bahrain is a track. If you can stick to the DRS, it's going to be a big battle going on. Because you've got to pull away here if you get past the car, or the DRS will just keep them dragged up to your rear. So let's see how this plays out then. We've got still a few cars on track trying to get laps in, as Mike and Pangrios are on their laps now on the Williams and Aston Martin. Car comes to the line now, and I think that is Jacob. Comes to the line now. Yes, he is on his lap here. He comes to the line now. Can he improve from P8? Get anywhere higher up? P4 though for Jacob. A 28.4.09 there. It's a great lap. Oh, God, give me 2 seconds, everyone. This is aggravating us. Okay, sorry, the chat kept blowing up for some reason, so I couldn't see the screen properly. Alright, so Pangrios just finishes that, he stays P14, as I've just noticed he's wearing the Norris helmet. Nice one. Mike's currently on a lap, he's a 10.5 up here, or 2 tenths nearly. There's a Rory coming across the line, but that is Ken going to the pits. There's an Alpine also, but I think that, oh, actually that might be Luno. Yeah, it is. Luno is just about to start a lap here. As there he starts his lap there, so we'll jump back on board. Oh, as there's Nesk spun out. The other Williams has Nesk has spun out there, and a corner I did not expect spinning out to be happening. But I just feel like this race is going to be chaos. As is that Javier? No, that's Jet. Right, I'm actually curious, but I'll go and stick on board on Luna, because he's on his first lap here. But it should be his only lap as well, because he won't have enough time to get to the pits to get a new set of tyres out. So he needs to make a great lap here and have a good start position for today's race. But the question is, what are strategies? Are people going to be pulling the hards out again? Are they going to be in medium softs? As a little bit of a locking up there I heard on the rear. As he comes down the third DRS section now. As he's got a clean track ahead of him. Obviously, a few cars have already gone out, which are AXA and Sniper have already gone out. You've also got Liam on our outlap, so a lot of cars are doing their final runs now. And the question is, who is going to take pole here today for the Bahrain GP? As don't forget to like and subscribe, obviously, to this, because if you're interested, because this is going to be a very tantalising race, I feel like. Because Bahrain, as I said, is a track where great racing happens. And it always has Ludo's off his lap, and that unfortunately ruins his. But he will start P19 unless grid penalties are applied. As we'll go back on, as we'll jump on board of AXA, who's obviously on a lap, he's just trying to get his tyres warmed up. So let's see how this goes. AXA's got 1 lap to go now. Can he improve his lap to hold that pole position here? We'll stick on board. His cars are coming out the pits now. And I hope they will stay out of the way of the Frenchman. As he comes out of the car, that is Black Fox coming out there. I can see with his helmet. And they all get out of the way. Obviously, I hope Liam has the same treatment. As he just gets a gap there made from the Haas driver. Move out of the way. So thankfully, no penalties for that. AXA is currently not a 10.5, but we can't be up yet because they're not on the line yet. It comes to the first sector, and AXA has gained 19,000 here in Sector 1. You never know how key those could be to the finish in this lap. As AXA now keeps it rolling, he's been really good on his pace, it looks like, around here today. Is AXA going to take his pole position here today in Bahrain? Is the first one? I don't know. I'm sorry, I haven't watched the races properly. But AXA has been flying, I've seen the qualifying. No one's got near him yet. The only ones that maybe could do it is Black Box. Low-key could pull out. Guwil could pull a lap out. But here comes AXA to Sector 2. Is he up any more his time now? And AXA's up 48,000 now. Nearly half a tenth up on his lap now. He's just got the final corner to go. And let's see how much time he can improve his lap by to try and cement his pole position here today. Rounding the final corner, coming to the start-finish line. What is AXA's final lap going to be to 27.7? He's thrown down the gauntlet for all the drivers to follow. Next car is going to be Liam. This will be his final lap also. Can he improve for P16? He will stay P16. As now got a lot of cars are now braking, get ready. But I think next car is going to be Sniper. What can he do? He's currently P9, the Austrian. Coming around the final corner now. Can he improve any further? As he comes alive, Sniper jumps to P4, 28.3. And Guwil gets 28.78, but not enough to get pole. It's a Mercedes 1-2. It's Jerome and Josh comes to the line now. Can they do anything to support this? They start their laps now, obviously. Let's see what can be done here. Alright, next car I think is Loki. He's currently P3. Has he improved? No. Oh no, he did. No, so many glitches out from my screen. Jesus, wet. Alright, let's just see the times, obviously. Black Box is going to be the key one here, because what can he do? He's always half a temp down there in Sector 1. And Javier finishes P5. P10. The Black Box may not be able to put up a challenge here to AXA, because he's down in his time in Sector 1. Because he's probably the key one that could take pole here. Unless Guwil has gone for back-to-back, and AXA maybe has as well, never know. Black Box comes to the Sector 2 line now, and he's gained a 10.5 here. This could be the battle for the top 3 here. Who's just jumped up there? As Liam's jumped up to P10, so he went back-to-back. Liam, P11 now. A lot of cars come. Sarakai and Mike, 16 to 17. Black Box then, where is he going to finish with this final lap of the session? ERS and P3 is where he'll finish. Ken goes P5 now. All the times are starting to collapse in. Now Jerome and Josh here, they are finishing their laps here. Where will the Red Bulls drivers be? Will they ruin the 1-2 Mercedes at the moment? And Jerome P8 only. Can Josh do anything? No, he's backed out of his laps. And okay, I feel like something's happened. Because Josh wouldn't have done that unless something happened. Gula retires in the pits. I think only one we've got is Pangreal, who fortunately is invalidated. And that's the end of the session. We're just waiting for Josh to get into the pits. And I'm gonna literally look at the chat and just see if it's blown up. Oh, Adrian, that's who it is. I'm just stupid. And obviously that's going to be the race now. Obviously, to see how it is. Mercedes 1-2 here. Obviously, with AXA leading Guwil here on the start of the race. Black Box P3 championship leader, and Loki G was a great lap into P4 there. Then Ken, Javier, Sniper, Jet, Jerome, Josh, all in the top 10. So the Red Bulls have got a big challenge here. And then it's Luno. Obviously, got a lap in, I've noticed. They must have had enough fuel for another lap. Liam, Strange, Alderid, Adrian, Hassan, Pangreal, Sarakaya, Mike, and Nesk with the grid. So, and obviously, I can tell this race is going to be fun. The fact the top 5 are in a 5, 10, no, actually, top 6. Alright, turn 1's going to be fun. Alright, so let's see how this Bahrain GP will play out. Alright, so I don't remember the formation lap's on or not. I think it is on, because Mails fixed it, but it was just the park fair thing. But I think it was a good recovery for Gula because his car was struggling in the first few laps. Because he span out, obviously, he had his 2 moments in the corners. But we just gotta wait and see how this plays out here. Obviously, especially with turn 1, which is absolutely chaotic if one driver takes it wrong. It's just good. Alright, so let's just see how the start of this race goes, and hopefully everyone gets their tyres and fuel. But I'm very curious about the tyre strategies for today's race. Because, because I feel like hards could be getting used, and mediums could be getting used a lot. I don't think we'll see the softs unless anyone feels bold. But obviously I've just realised a lot of the drivers obviously are bold, so they probably will. As it looks like the race is just going to go straight on, it looks like no formation lap. And we get away there as Axis gets a great start and holds everyone back there as we're going 3-1. But Loki's got one of the best starts there and is jumping into P2 there. As a lot of the time, I'm going to get the tyres up quickly before trying to keep it on and everything. And it looks like Loki has done an incredible start into P2 there, along with his teammate Sniper P6. As Jerome and Ken are now fighting, as we've got loads of fights going on. Black Box and Google also. Sniper contact with Javier. Javier gets the position there, and he has to step back. And there comes Jerome on the outside. As they've got a lot of yellow flags, so the cars are backing off. And there goes Ken now on the outside of Jerome. The Sniper's POV just sees all this happening in front of him. But what a stop by Loki. Jerome goes around the outside of 3 wide. And, oh no, contact! This is now Black Box in the top 3 to get away. But what a start to the race we've had already. We've got lots of hard runners, a few medium runners, so a lot of the guys have gone hard. Jerome and Javi are side by side here into Sector 2. And Jerome gets the position. What an opening lap here. Sniper's now battling Ken. Oh my word, I've got to see the position changes. That was absolutely incredible. So, we've had Jerome up 5 positions, like Max Verstappen would normally do. We've had Loki with a brilliant start to P2. Guil has dropped 4 places from his P2 grid slot. Alright, but the big key ones is going to be Jerome is now, 2 seconds behind Black Box. That's going to be the interesting key here, because obviously DRS is powerful on the track. As Jet's got what's happened there, as Ken went out, Ken's gone wide, and it wasn't him, it was Liam also. Both Ferraris have gone wide there, and that's not a good start of the race. And Liam, is he thinking about? He's going to the inside. Oh, he spins it out, Leo, but he keeps the car going and rolls it out. Leader is still Axer. Axer, I think, is just trying to break the DRS gap now between him and Loki because he knows how powerful it is. And Loki's doing the opposite, obviously. He's trying to stay with it. Oh, but that was an open lap and a half. Alright, so you just joined us. You've just missed a lot of chaos just happening in the first lap. So Axer still leads from his pole position here, and Loki won a brilliant start by the British driver into P2. Black Box sits P3, but Jerome is on the charge. He started P9, and he's in P4 already, and he has Black Box ahead of him. Behind him, Javier. Google had an awful start and dropped 4 positions. Then Sniper, Jacob, Luno, and Pangreal round off the top 10. Now Jerome has already proved that he is now fastest car on track, and he'll have DRS now as well. But he has no ERS, so Black Box could Actually, oh no, he has the same ERS. I'll eat my own words. So now the big battle is it's going to be DRS. Low-key does not have DRS on Javier, so he needs to keep his pace up or he's going to be under attack by the Charge and Jerome and Black Box behind. Javier though is pulling, is up there. Mike and Adrian looks like they're battling here. Let's go bump forward there. And Adrian gets by the Aston Martin driver. I don't know why the Ferraris are acting like so Ferrari-like today as well. No, don't hate me, Liam and Keel. But we're going to see how this race plays out because we're already on lap 3 and we've had all that already. And now Jerome now gets his second part of DRS in this lap. As a yellow flag. Who is that? Oh, that's is that Pangreal? Oh, it's Liam and Pangreal. Did something happen between those two? Liam's race has gone from worse to even extremely worse now. He is now last on the field. Meanwhile, this man is pulling away from Loki G's, but the big one I'm going to watch now is Black Box and Jerome, because Jerome is definitely going to be going past here with the DRS help. He's much later on the brakes, Jerome, as well. As now we start lap 4 here, Axis still leads. And now here comes the DRS now. Jerome's going to have a huge head swim, and here he comes flying past Black Box. Takes the line. Anything else going further on DRS? Luno takes Jacob for P8. Let's go back and board of Black Box. This is all over Jerome for the second DRS. And Jerome's going to have to defend this. He's going to sit to the race night, but Black Box thinks better of it and stays behind for this lap. Oh. So this might actually help low-key with these two battling so much, but Jerome is starting to pull away in sector 1. So Jerome's setup looks much better for race, it looks like. But now, well, that was probably the best. That's further back. Josh and Jacob are now going side by side. Jacob has the inside line coming into this tight left-hander. And contact. Oh, Josh gets stuck on the curb! Josh gets stuck on the curb and loses out there. Now, can Kale do anything? Because he's catching up to these. Yellow flags. What's this for? And it's Mike. What's happening? Oh, something happened to Mike there. It's Mike and Hassan this time have slowed. I really nothing else major happened there. But the big thing is, Jerome is actually catching up to Low-Key. But Low-Key has a huge amount of ERS compared to Jerome. That's Liam getting overtaken by Hassan now. Liam is struggling today, it looks like, in the Ferrari. As yellow flag, as Mike spun out, and he nearly beat the car. But go back and forth the battle. That's the big one. Here comes Ghoul on Javier. Further ahead, Black Box does not think of a move as Ghoul's gonna. Oh, Ghoul just gets ahead. But can Javier get back at him? Meanwhile, Josh overtakes Jacob now. But now Ghoul's going to hold position here. Now let's go back and board these two and see if Jacob's going to have a counter attack. But I don't think he's going to. Oh my god, this is only on lap 5 as well. But yeah, but Jerome is on a mission here today. Yellow flag, that's Mike again. He spins out on the Aston Martin. And he's now half a lap behind. Hasn't pitted front wing damage. Oh. He might have got front wing damage from that collision. Mike heads to the pits now. Axel still though is coasted ahead now. He's saving his DRS just like Low-Key. And Jerome could be in DRS here for the next for the front stretch. Because he has been electric since the start. And obviously he's been catching Low-Key. The gap's just sitting over a second. So unless Jerome can do a great last sector here, he's just going to be out of DRS. But he's got the DRS out of Black Box. He's struggling to keep up to the Red Bull. So the championship leader could have a bit of a hassle today because he's now got Javier and Ghoul chasing him down behind. And let's see, Jerome did enough to get the DRS. That'll be key now to help him. And Black Box has just stayed in also. Now it's going to be the big question, as there is the Mike's Aston Martin on the side of the road there, yellow flag, so no overtaking. As now it goes now to the fine to overtake. But Jerome is feeling so confident here. He's gained 3 tenths here. And now it's going to be pushing Low-Key in sector 2 and 3. It's more for Axel. It's just managing his tyres, managing his gap, and just trying to keep the gap behind from DRS. We'll have to see how this plays out. As we're only on lap 6, remember, because I can feel like these guys are going to go to the softs to the end of the race. So that's going to be the big question: is anyone going to try and undercut? Is anyone going to try and push their tyres? All right. Axel went wide there. Axel went wide there. I'm not going to allow Loki, but Loki doesn't have DRS. Axel may have just ruined himself there because Jerome is probably going to be grinning seeing these two now. Oh my word, Axel must have got stuck on the curbing. Oh, that curbing is so horrendous here today. And now Axel's going to be under attack by Jerome spins! No, that was low key, sorry. What happened to low key? Jerome's out of backup and now it's 3 wide! And Javier is just both Goodwill and Black Box. Now it's going to be a big trouble. Jerome has left DRS and he has these cars chasing him down. And that's fine for now. Both Alfa Romeos have had problems. And Josh gets a 5-second penalty for overtaking the yellows. Hassan spun out ahead, but the big battle is these guys here. Black Box and Javier now. He's going to squeeze Javier onto the curbing. But now Goodwill's all onto the rear of Jerome. Is he going for the move? He goes to the outside line. Side by side, this is going to be a Merc 1-2 after his start, but not yet. But Axel got saved there from DRS there because Loki must have spun or he had contact. Oh my word. Well, so much happened already. I'm already on lap 7. But now Axel now has Goodwill pushing pressure on the drum. So this could help him extend the gap now. As Goodwill, I don't think it's going to sit around and wait, because this is Goodwill, remember, the Frenchman, who was in esports last season. But let's see how it goes. Obviously, Jerome now is struggling with his DRS completely. His lights on, and Goodwill knows that he's going to be vulnerable with DRS. But Jerome's car looks more as that's Hassan's car being lapped now on lap 7. That's quite an ominous fact to say. But now, the big question is, who's actually going to get the podium today? But we'll jump back on board with Goodwill now, because this is the start-finish mode. Is he going to go for P2 here? And you bet he is, because there is ERS and DRS now getting activated. Coming down the start-finish straight now. Jerome's going to defend through the racing line. Goodwill's going to the inside. He just tries to brake a bit later, and he's got the position. But can Jerome get back at any of the DRS? Obviously, Goodwill has more ERS. Ken gets past Sarakai, but we're sticking aboard these two. And it looks like it's going to be enough. Goodwill gets me to P2. Now, we're going to have to see how this plays out, as I'm just going to quick mute myself for a minute. Yeah, back. Sorry about that. Right, so it looks like Jerome is just going to happily sit behind the Frenchman of Goodwill now. So we're going to have to see how this plays out now. It's a race strategy as the yellow flag to that Hassan again spins out. And that is Liam going off track there. Well, this Bahrain is biting a lot of drivers, obviously, because it's a bit low-key. It's obviously a bit Goodwill at the start of the race. But now, obviously, Jerome is... Goodwill's pace again now has increased again. He's now gained the gap to 8 tenths now before DRS. As now you can see, wow, his Goodwill has just gone fastest on track now. And Jerome is just trying to catch back up. As there's his teammate ahead of him, Axel, just 2.1 ahead of him. But Jerome is struggling in the corners now against the Frenchman of Goodwill. Nothing else is going on further back. It looks like everyone's comfortable in their current positions. No problems, it looks like. Strange gets passed into P13 with Adrian. But now, is he going to come back at him here? I don't think he is. Adrian doesn't just having the speed there to get to the end of the race. Just the race, yeah. The end of the DRS. But Liam has had a horrible race, unfortunately, today. He's had so many incidents and like little mishaps of him today. Same with Hassan. Hassan's already a lap down. I'm only on lap 10. Well, lap 9, sorry. But then Guwil's starting to increase his pace again. But then look at the gap now. It's 6 tenths here, but Guwil is managing to keep his throttle on better than Jerome behind, which is just making him gain a little bit of time. But let's see, obviously, because this is the big question here. These top four have now got away from the car behind, which is Luno having a great drive in his mediums. But we'll have to see what time, if he goes hard or pushes to the end for softs. Josh is trying to catch back up, but he is dragging low-key behind him. Nothing else is going to go on the start-finish line, it looks like, because the cars are too far back. The ERS is not that manageable, sorry. But the gap, the leader is slowly dwindling now, under 2 seconds. Guwil has turned up the pace here, and he wants to get up to Axa. But I think he's trying to shake off Jerome behind him at the same time. Right. So if you've just joined us on lap 10 here, so we're not even halfway yet, but we've had so many things going on. We've had spins, incidents. We've had a great start to the race, like, oh wow. Oh, Axa spins his tyres there a bit there, coming out the corner. That's cost him a bit more time there, so Axa, is he feeling the pressure of his teammate pushed behind him? Because he's using a lot of ERS, Guwil is not using any. And that is, I think that is Nesk who spun out. Yes, it is. Straight back up board to Axa. Axa still leads the race, even with his little mistake. Loki spinning out allowed him to keep the lead before the DRS. But I wonder if Loki had contact, or was it a spin off just because the car just span? Alright, so now Axel's going to start lap 11 now, still holding this comfortable lead here, but Guwil is starting to slowly chop into it here. Now, but the question is obviously, what tyres these guys going for? Are they going full softs? As Axel has now just run out of ERS, that might be very key now. But we'll have to see how this plays out now. See, we're only on lap 11, obviously. Now, I have the tyre strategy still to play out. And so look at this little train that's fallen. Ken is making moves there, looks like. As he gets past Jacob into P10 now. But can he defend against Jacob now on this next DRS straight? And he is going to hold position here. So Kale holds onto the P10 now on the Ferrari. But let's just see how this plays out, because there's nothing much else to report there right now. Axel still leads comfortably. Just missed that. Guwil's just got off wide there, and Jerome's taking the position. I'm feeling at the moment. And Jerome now has the big advantage, but then Guwil has DRS, remember, so he can go right by him again. Jerome is saving his DRS here. The Frenchman is slowly creeping. Is Guwil no, Guwil's thinking about the DRS for the next corner. So he wants to get past and get away. Yellow flags, and that is Leo spin out on the last corner. And here comes Guwil. The Frenchman's pushing. He's made a mistake, but he's coming right back for his position. And he's going to just hold him. Jerome just can't hold on to it. And Guwil recovers that, but Axel again has extended that gap now thanks to this going on. So Axel's beat, after last season, how unlucky you'd been. This could be Axel's season. I know it's only round 5. But Axel's, I don't know if Axel's gear shifts are acting up, I don't know. Now the question is Jerome going to go right past Guwil here? Because the cars are getting closer and closer to each other now. Because Black Box is now only 5 tenths behind the Red Bull. So if anything happens, he could pounce on both these guys. As you can just tell that Jerome's car is much lower because the sparks that gets made in that corner compared to everyone else. Lap 12 now. Obviously, Axel still leads the way in the Mercedes, and his teammates putting a stallion defense up against the guys behind them. Now, we'll go and jump on Jerome. Is Jerome going to try and make a move here? He's 7 tenths back. But I don't... He's obviously, unless he uses all of his ERS, he's going to have a chance. As it looks like, yep, nothing else is going to change here unless he can get him here. But Google has been very good on the exits of corners to getting his speed back. And it looks like he is going to hold it again. It's his teammate again, who is starting to shift back into that gap. Further behind, Luno has been caught by Josh Evans. So Luno's tyres must be going off now on the mediums. Because Josh was 2 seconds back to him in the Alpine, but he's caught him back up. So can Josh get past? And obviously he's got Loki behind also. Because Loki was on for a podium, but then something happened. I don't know if it was an incident, it was a spin. But obviously Loki's trying to recover now, and he's just had to stick behind Josh and Luno. With now, obviously, because Luno's tyres must be fading a bit now. As if Josh doesn't know he's going to go, he's going to do the start finish line. Nothing else changes at the front apart from Gula is still cutting into Axel's lead still. And obviously he's dragging Jerome, Black Box and Javier along with him. As let's obviously we're only on lap, well not even halfway yet. Well, we've got another lap as the Nesk is just pitting on new softs ahead. So it looks like it's good. I swear that was a bit of a Nesk retired, that's all. So yellow flags now will pop up. So no one can overtake anyone. Until the yellow flags are cleared, Jerome thinks about the move, but thinks better of it. And further behind Josh, as it looks like, yeah, Luno did pit. So Josh now has got clean air and low-key now all over his gearbox. Further back, it's Sniper and Ken battling for P8. And it looks like Jerome, is he going to look for a move? No, but further back, is low-key going to look for a move? And he thought about it for a second, but he backed out of it. And now is Sniper going for it? And Sniper's defending, but Kale's going to go around the outside. And Sniper's just going to squeeze him there and hold the position. So quite a few battles are starting to form on track. You've got the train from Guwil down to Javier. You've then got Josh and Low-Key battling for P6, and then Sniper and Kale for P7. No, P8, sorry. As Luno now gets the penalty to come out of the pits, he's on hard to the end of the race. So let's see how his alternate strategy will play out here, because he's obviously got longer laps to push in his tyres to the guys ahead. But we'll have to see how this plays out, because this is when the tyres obviously are going to start being just a little strained now. As you can see by the tyre chambers, you can just see on the wheels, the tyres are actually alright at the moment, just losing a bit of temperature. Alright, we are now on lap 15. 14 more laps to go here at the Bahrain circuit. And Google triggered the pit stop. So Google is going to mediums, yes! Now, is this going to bring anyone else down? Because Google's undercutting, it looks like. No one else apart from Kale is coming in. That's going to be very key now, because Google's going to come out behind, I think, Adrian and Sarakaya. So this might be the key factor. Can he clear this traffic ahead of him as quickly as possible? Josh and Loki are still holding battle on here for this P5. But now Jerome has black box all over him. So now, what do you do now? Do you pit this lap to cover the undercut? Or do you have to defend against the guy who's pushing you from behind, which is black box now for Jerome? So this is going to take an interesting race. Google needs to clear the traffic as quickly as possible and get his tyres warmed up also. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Oh, Axel pits, but Jerome trying to fit black box. Javier pits now also. So Axel's just trying to cover his teammate off. And I think he might be able to do it because Goodwill is struggling behind these guys still. And now Jerome now takes the lead of the race, but Black Box is fastest car on track now. Let's see what Axel comes out there. His teammate is currently behind these two, squabbling over position. If Axel can get out of this, he's ahead of his teammate cleanly, and he's done it. Axel has a golden opportunity to get away from his teammate as Adrian gets the position on Sarakaya. And Goodwill is still struggling behind these guys. So going the lap early may have hindered Goodwill because now, Jerome and Black Box now, are they going to pit this lap now? Because I feel like they should, because this could be a very good strategy by these two. They pit now. Oh, well, this is going to be entertaining. We've got 13 laps to go. With these guys have still got a pit now, obviously. But now, look at Axel. He's got a train sitting behind him now. As Goodwill is trying to make moves there. Goes past Sorikaya into P9 now. And now he's got Adrian ahead. Axel knows he needs to get his tyres warmed up and get going. We're going to jump back on board to the top two. Are any of these going to pit this lap? Because I feel like one of them has to at least. And Black Box is going to keep going. Jerome pits here. So this is going to be the key pit stop for the Red Bull driver. Can he get ahead of Axel finally? Loki's also pitted behind Axel. And Axel's not even in the final corner yet. This is going to be really close. Jerome's coming to the pit exit now. Axel is only coming to the start-finish line now. How's that overcut for Jerome worked out? As you can see, there is the Red Bull coming out the pit lane. And he's just going to do it, Axel. And Goodwill, is he going to hold in position? Oh, no, Jerome into the rear. Hits right into him. There's contact between the Red Bull and the Mercedes coming out of pit entry. Oh my word. Now, did anyone get damage from that? As Goodwill gets past Adrian. I did not expect Jerome to make that much of an impact coming out of the pit. But it looks like there may have been spared damage. Oh wow, but the big question now is, what is Black Box going to do? Black Box has been sitting behind these guys all race. Just buying his time. He has to be pitting this lap along with Josh and Sniper. But now, can he get any ahead of these guys? As Jerome has now come past Pangrio and Sarakaya. But now he's lost time to the... Oh, that's a spinning car! Sarakaya! And he cuts across the track just in time. That is Liam also. And Liam's race got even worse. Meanwhile, Pangrio is pitting. So Pangrio, this is the key pit stop. Axel's only heading down the last straightaway there. Black Box could be between the Mercs here. As Black Box comes out the pits, Axel's coming down the final corner now. Loki, Sniper and Josh have kept going. Now, here comes Black Box coming to the pit exit now. What is he going to do? As here comes Axel down the start finish line. Black Box is just coming to the pit exit now. And Black Box may have jumped Jerome in the pit. And Ghoul maybe. And Ghoul's been squeezed off. Black Box has done it. He's done it overcut. 2 laps over, but Ghoul's going to have DRS on him here. And he's going to the outside. King is trying to defend him here. Because if he can defend him, he's got the position. And Ghoul's trying to go for the crossover. And Ghoul is just going to get it. Now these three are going to be battling for the podium. But now, this could help Josh gain time. Axel's got away from these guys, but these three are not going to let up now. As Black Box 6 down to P6 now. Oh, this is going to be an entertaining race to the end. Now, the big question is, where's Josh and Sniper going to come out? Because Josh could come out right behind these guys now because of them battling there. Axel's probably clean in the lead now. But now, Josh could be in a great chance here to get some good points here. Maybe win a podium if anything happens ahead of him. As he has to pit this lap to keep his chances up. And Josh isn't pitting here. He's going to the soft run. And I think that's the same with Sniper. No Sniper's going. So Josh is now the only runner who has not pitted, apart from Liam, who's spun out a few times. Who in the top runners, who hasn't pitted now. Sniper, but the question is, what tyres is Sniper going for? We'll stick more until we find the tyres because no one's going to move on the start-finish line. And Sniper has gone... I can't see the angle. That's annoying. And it's gone medium, so yeah, he's gone smart, safe. But now, obviously, the podium battles could be Team Jerome, Black Box, and Google. Jacob's now got fastest on track in the Alpha Tauri. So unless Axel wants a clean sweep today, a pole position, fastest lap, and race win, he has to beat that time that was just set, which was... Oh no, sorry, keep forgetting about the fastest lap. So Axel's got to find another 6 attempts to get anywhere near the fastest lap right now. It's just that Axel's not even the quickest car. He's like, his teammate was to be much quicker than him. But it just shows Axel's consistency this season is something to be threatened about. So the gap's now 12 seconds between Axel and Josh. Google is trying to catch back up to his teammate, and Jerome and Black Box are just getting dragged along with him. And then Javier is just trying to catch back up to these guys. Low key though could be the key, because Josh pushed, and I feel like Josh is trying to go for softs. And Josh doesn't go again. He's going on to lap 20 now on these hards. So he is definitely going for a soft run to the end of the race. And this could work out for him because the cars behind him are all on harder compounds. Liam now gets 3 seconds as Jerome's now fastest on track at 30.9. No, that's Black Box as well. Black Box just beat Jerome as well. Right, so these guys are so equal. Black Box has the advantage of having the freshest tyres, and Guil has the problem of having the oldest tyres. And they are slowly catching the Axel now. Axel's starting to get a bit panicked, I feel like. Those 3 cars are getting bigger and bigger in his mirror, which is going to be probably really stressing out the friendship a bit. He's got 9 more laps now. The gap's 4 tenths between him and DRS. Can he manage to hold that? Because that is going to be the key thing, obviously. Because Bahrain is very critical about DRS. If you get in DRS, you will stick to them. But now, Axel needs to hold the gap for another 9 laps and try and keep his DRS active. Alright, back up eating my food. So, obviously, the gap now is as I've said, obviously, Axel needs to keep the gap. Within 1 lap, Google's cut it to 3 tenths off him. So, Axel's going to have to turn his pace up, or he's going to be starting to get swamped by the cars behind. Because remember, all these guys have got a victory here, so they all want to be the one who wins who gets 2 in a season at the start already. Axel needs this to get back into the championship fight. Google needs this to get ahead of the guys behind him. Jerome, obviously, same. Oh, a bit of a moment there for Jerome as well. He's kicking his rears out. And Josh has still kept going also, if you haven't noticed. So Josh is definitely going to go for softs to the end. But the question is, when is he going to pit? Has Liam got a puncher? Liam does not have a puncher on 20. I'm not even going to question that. Kale gets 3 seconds penalties now. Obviously, that will affect his position at this rate. And Josh is not pit still. Josh is going really bold on his tyres. He's probably going for fastest lap as well. And now, Axe is going to be on attack by everyone behind now because Guil has caught DRS on him. So this is going to be the key battle now. Who is going to win this race? 4 guys. All of them have got a victory this season. As Jerome goes wide. Guil is trying to get the pressure on his teammate now. He wants this win here. He's had a horrific start. Further back, sniping his position. But we're not focused at this moment. The battle at the top 4 who wants another victory this season. Is it going to be one of the Mercedes? Is it going to be Jerome? we'll have one of the best races I've seen. Oh, no, I've just jinxed them. Commentator's curse there. Black Box is trying to go out the outside of him. This could be key because if they get out of DRS, that could be them out. But he's just managed to call. Jerome had a bit of a moment there. But now, look at Google. He's 5 tenths behind his teammate now. I was coming around now. We've got another 6 more laps after this one. And it's now nothing certain. Axel 40 had this in the palm of his hands. But Google and it's just been dragging everyone behind. Sarah Kai has now gone fastest. And Josh Evans is still not pitting. But now, the big question is, where is Axel going to be at the end of this DRS straight? Because here come the DRS hunters. First one is going to be his teammate, Google. Google's got a huge head on speed, but not enough to get near him yet. But can he get past him in the second DRS? Oh, this has been the closest battle I've ever seen in F1 history for a win. 4 cars. So close to each other. Better like he was looking, but he's just too far back. Axel's going to hold on for another lap, it looks like. Loki is on to P7 at the moment. Javier P6. Ken's trying to battle off to hold his position. Is that a lap car ahead of him? It's a lap car of Hassan. Oh no, Hassan's Ghost, that's why. But it's going to be the big... Oh, I can't believe this. The fact we've got 4 cars. Pardon me. But it's going to be the question, because the Mercedes 2, these 2 go in a chat, obviously. Now, I'm wondering what the hell's going on in the chat right now. It's probably silence, actually, knowing them. Alright, so we have another 5 more laps after this. Axel still holds the net lead, because obviously Josh Ahead needs to pit still. But he's been losing time on these tyres. I feel like he has to pit this lap, doesn't he? Have any advantages? Yes, you can tell. Josh is... Oh my word. Josh is still going. He's 23 lap old horse. Are still going for him. Liam's got 22 lap old mediums. Unless Liam has a puncher now. He doesn't have a puncher yet. I don't know how that happens, but alright. But meanwhile, we'll go back to the action now. Google's got a head of the stream. He looks at the inside. Axel's squeezed into the inside. The 2 Frenchmen have a bit of contact. This is 2014 Bahrain over again for Mercedes. Axel holds off here, but now Google has DRS yet again. Jerome may follow along. And Google's got it outside, but Axel yet again. Great defended by the Frenchman. But Black Box is trying to make a move. Jerome, he looks and doesn't think about it. This is for the win, and they are all in it. As Black Box goes diving into Jerome here. He's trying to get in, but Jerome's just got the exit speed, and Black Box is going to tuck him behind. Now Black Box smartly. Oh, Jerome goes late. They're going to be side by side. They both have DRS, but it's going to be obviously Jerome again. Oh my word! This is going to be so close to the end of the race. Josh Evans still needs to pit, but obviously the big question is, where is he going to come out when his pit stop's finished? And now the biggest one is where these 4 going to finish on the grid. We've got another 5 laps. Josh is still going on 24 lap olds. Wow. So he's definitely going soft. Absolutely confirmed. Axe has now got... Now, Google yet again. Can he hold off his teammate yet again? Yellow flag. That is Leon spun out. Axel's just too far. Jerome thinks about it, but no, he's gone for it! Oh, Jerome was thinking about the inside line, but look, Google just shut the door on him last second. And actually, yet again, great defensive driving by the Frenchman. Holds off the guys behind again. He just managed to make enough gap in the last 2 sectors to get away from these guys. We've got another 3 laps after this, and it's not over yet. As Liam, hasn't he got a puncher yet? No. I don't know how he hasn't got a oh wait, no, something's happened to him. Oh my. But Josh Evans now has an 8-second gap to the cars behind. And this is just incredible to see these cars. Even Javier is starting to slowly keep it. So if anything happens, he could be there to pounce. But the thing, I feel like Loki would have been here also if he didn't have his little incidents. I don't know what happened still. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I turned out everything off because the chat was annoying us. I can't believe this is going to happen. What's that kill? What happened to Kill there? Has Kill got damage or anything? Doesn't look like it. I'm going to quickly just jump back on board now to these guys. Let's watch Drone's POV. Can Ghoul get a move done here now? On his team, he's much closer coming to the DRS. And Axel, is he going to defend the inside and the outside? He's squeezing Ghoul yet again. And Ghoul's going late on the brakes. Oh, Drone nearly hits. But Ghoul's got the position and the lead as Josh has pitted. But now, can Axel get back by him? And I don't think he's going to. Unless he's going to do a mega lunge here on his team. And he is! Ghoul has to leave the space last second. Axel's pulled a brilliant move. And the side by side now. This is 2014 all over again. Ken retires in the pits. But no one cares like this at the moment. These guys are going for broke. Axel's defending for his life. For his second win this season. Ghoul is pushing him. Black Box is pushing Jerome. This is absolutely ecstatic. I am so glad I missed this because this is incredible. We've still got 2 more laps after this. And this is going to be an absolute epic way to win to end the Bahrain GP. 4 guys all going for the victory. And we don't know who's going to win it. Axel's been holding the lead ever since. Only lost the lead to Josh who pitted, who goes P10 on those new softs. But now we're going to start lap. Sarakai retires in the pits also. So we've got yellow flags in the front stretch here. As here comes Axel yet again. Start lap 27. They can't make a move yet because the yellow flags are still waving. And it will give you a penalty. Ghoul will think about it and has to back out. Axel has great defense yet again. Now let's see. Is he going to get a bear exit here? Can he take Axel like he did to him just the lap before? Ghoul's trying everything here to get past his Frenchman, but he can't do it still. Axel has been an absolute defensive masterclass today. This is just... Oh, wow. I can't believe I've got this race. So Josh Evans is currently going for fastest swap on those new softs. They're ruining the surprise. Hassan has taken it on the new softs. It's a 30.5. It's a really quick lap. I have food to eat, but I am not eating it with what's going on right now. I'm just going to quickly... Sorry, that's just me shutting my pizza box so it doesn't get cold. Right, so literally, these guys are not going to let this end quietly. No. Oh god. Liam's now taking passes with 29.8. He's used a lot of ERS, you can tell that lap. Because that's 8 tenths quicker than Hassan's. Alright, we have now got 1 more lap after this. Who is going to win? Waxer weaves a bit, but it's fine because the car is quite far back still. Gouils has got a few more opportunities to get past his teammates. And he can't do it in this corner yet. Axel's just got to defend just a few more times here. Ghoul's got a much better exit. They'll come in turn 2. And here comes the DRS. Axel's defending the outside. Ghoul might get past him on the outside. And Ghoul's clean through. Ghoul has done it round the outside. Axel now has a lap and a half to get his lead back. Like, this is not going to end quietly. Oh. Oh my word. Alright, Ghoul is now, you can tell Ghoul is trying to get away now. He's opened his speed up completely. He's been saving the RS. Ghoul is going, oh, through the curb. Black Box gets past the P3. Oh my word. This, and Jerome's got a fuel light as well, so he might be running slow in the final lap. But now, Axel has now a lap. No, that's not a lap car, it's Black Box, sorry. It's my fault. Ghoul is now trying to eat a gap now because he's only got to defend 2 more DRS sections now. No, 3 actually, technically, if you include the stat. The gap is now 5 tenths. Is Guru going to be the first one to win 2 races in a row and spoil his teammates for today? We've got the final lap. Axe is going full out there. He's out of DRS now. He's just got the straight DRS. But Guru using his DRS. Guru might have this unless something happens. But Black Box may help his championship battle by getting a podium place here over Jerome. And it looks like Guru is now nearly a second ahead. So he's managed his pace, managed his DRS. And it's just not going to be enough as a spin, and I think that is Liam. Yes, it is. That is Liam who's thinking about the grid. And Axel, look at this. He might be under attack by Black Box in his DRS. Because Guru has made enough gap. He could pull him out, and he could. But I feel like he may have backed up to help his teammate there, because he's just lost 3 attempts. But that is actually fair how they work. So he wants to drag his teammate on for a 1-2. Black Box has got 1 more last attempt. Axe is going to defend the inside. Black Box is thinking, but doesn't go for it. He's going for the switchback. This is battle for the P2. The last bit for P2 on the grid. But Black Box isn't going to hold it. He's just going to have to go wide. Now is Jerome going to sneak his nose? It isn't. This has been one of the best races in F1's history. We've had 4 guys all going for the victory. But it's going to be the Frenchman of the Mercedes, not Axa. Google has come out of nowhere from his start to win the Bahrain Gp. Then Axa, it's a 1-2 for Merckx. And Jerome ran out of fuel. So Javier has took P4. And Josh has crashed out. It's an awful day for the Red Bull team. I can't believe that. What an absolute ecstatic Bahrain. That is probably one of the best races I've ever done commentary on. Oh my god. That was a sensational race. Oh my, that was absolute. Oh my word. Wow. So we're just waiting for the last car, which is Liam, to come across the line. Liam, you haven't won a race off the weave like that. Oh wow, well that was I'm literally lost for words. Wow. Wow. So, we have the Frenchman Gouil taking the first 2 races of the season. The first driver to do it. Here, as all 4 of them are going for glory. So, Axel's defence was ecstatic today, but it's not enough to stop his teammate taking the victory with 2 laps to go. Wow, like I'm still a bit lost for words how good this was. Alright, so Axa and Google get the Frenchman 1-2 here today, with Google taking the honours and Axa P2. And then Black Box helps his championship battle here in P3. And Javier, as after Jerome ran out of fuel at the final corner, it looked like, and he takes P4. Great result by him. Then Loki P6 has a battling back for that spin, which I found out was contact apparently. Then Sniper, then Jet, Adrian, and then Pangrio from the F2 gets the point in last in P10. And then Leo, Liam, Josh, something happened to him, or he spun out. Or he just, I don't know. Hassan, Sarakaya, Ken, Nesk, and Mike. Oh my word. Alright, so I'm going to be ending off now because I would do interviews, but I have food waiting. Obviously, I don't want it getting cold. But thank you everyone for watching today. I mean, it was an absolute exciting race, obviously. Thank you very much for watching this, obviously. And hopefully, we'll be all back next week. It should be with Tino back next week for commentary here in F1, since I'll be working again, so I only have little time to do. But obviously, thank you. Obviously, this has just been Luke, or Kirito, however you want to say it. And thank you very much for watching this race. Hope you enjoyed. And have a nice day, everyone.